Bengals are headed back to the AFC Championship game for a second year in a row. They will be going to Kansas City to face Patrick Mahomes and that Chiefs team for a fourth time in a year. Last year, the Bengals took the Chiefs by storm in the second half and advanced to the Super Bowl. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do so again, but how did they get there? Today, it was an absolutely dominating performance from this Bengals team, and in my opinion, their most complete win that they've had all year long. On offense, they came out absolutely clicking on all cylinders. Joe Burrow was surgical with the way he was distributing the ball. He was able to get it out of his hands quick because, of course, coming into today's game, one of the biggest storylines was that offensive line that was down 3 starters. It was no problem for the Cincinnati offense, so a lot of credit should be given to Jackson Carman, who started at left tackle, Max Sharping, who started at right guard, and Hakeem Adeniji, who started at right tackle. They had no issues in Burrow's protection, and they were even able to run the ball more efficiently than they have in the last month. Joe Mixon rushed for over 100 rushing yards, and when I asked him following the game how much did he enjoy being able to put the team on his back, knowing how important the run game was going to be with all of this snow coming down today, the Bengals knew that was going to have to be a part of their game coming into this stadium where the Bills obviously are familiar playing within the snow, but they were able to run the ball, they were able to pass the ball, and Buffalo simply didn't have any answers for this Bengals offense. And on defense, Cincinnati's defense continues to be a unit that's among the league's best. And when I asked Jesse Bates and DJ Reader, are you guys sick of being an underdog? They both said, we're not an underdog to anyone. And I said, well, Vegas said you were an underdog coming into today's game, a 5.5 favorite. The Bills were heading into today's game, and they said Vegas can lose their money. The Bengals defense is playing with a ton of confidence. Sam Hubbard saying that the way that they were able to get after Josh Allen and contain him, given how slippery the field was absolutely outstanding for this group. And they'll need another great performance against this Kansas City team, but you got to like what you're seeing from both sides of the ball for Cincinnati. And of course, we should talk about Evan McPherson's day today. These climate conditions for a kicker were not easy, but he delivered when the Bengals needed it most. So as I said, a complete dominant performance. And a little note here, heading into today's game, word got out that the NFL sold 50,000 tickets in advance for the AFC Championship game that would be at a neutral site in Atlanta. Well, the Bengals took note of that, and they didn't like the fact that all those fans thought that this Bills team was just going to cakewalk, roll over this Bengals team, and just march right to the AFC Championship game. Coming out of the locker room, there was a lot of, you better refund those tickets from this Bengals team, and they'll be coming into Kansas City with a chip on their shoulder. But as we've learned about these Bengals over the last couple of years, that's exactly how they like it. So that is it for me. For some post-game thoughts, be sure to check out Cincinnati.com tonight and all week as we continue with our coverage to get you guys set for the upcoming AFC Championship game between the Bengals and the Chiefs.